Hey guys, TTL here. So in today's video, we're diving into everything the HONOR Pad X8 brings to the table. So let's see tech for what it is and find out if this budget tablet is actually worth it. In the UK, the tablet is available with 4GB of RAM and 64GB storage for a £139.99, and for £10 extra you can bump that storage up to 128GB. But let's get into the review. We'll start off by unboxing and popping the lid off here. We've got the HONOR Pad X8a sitting up here. We have an injecting pin, a USB-C cable, and a quick start guide and warranty card, and again, no charging adapter. Up front, we have an 11-inch display. That's some naughty marketing there, HONOR, but we'll gloss over that one. Anyhow, looking at it from landscape, to the right, we have two speaker grills and the USB port. The bottom has nothing. To the left, we just have two more speaker grills, and up top, we got the power button, volume buttons, a microphone, along with the SD card tray that is expandable up to 1TB. Good to see. Front facing camera 5 megapixels and the rear facing 5 megapixel camera too. The casing is metal, feels good in the hand, has a nice weight to it, 495 grams. And if we lay it flat, we do get a bit of rocking in the bottom left corner and top right as well. As for the display, the HONOR Pad X8a has an 11-inch LCD display that's running up to 90Hz refresh rate with a PPI of 207. Peak brightness is at 400 nits, and in the settings, usual stuff here, light or dark mode. You can pick your color temperature, default, warm or cool. We have ebook mode, kind of mutes the colors down, and then the usual additional settings such as font settings, display size, sleep and smart resolution, and of course screen refresh rate. So we have dynamic, standard and high. YouTube playback maxes out at 1080p or 1080p 60 FPS. At 60 FPS, it was a little jittery here and there, but generally it ran fine. Wideband level 1 on Netflix with full HD playback, so that's good to see on a budget tablet. Now, it's not the most vibrant or punchy display you'll find, but for a budget tablet, it does the job. Colors are decent, though they may appear a bit muted compared to more premium tablets, and the resolution is adequate enough for watching videos and general use, though you may notice some limitations in sharpness and contrast. It won't blow you away, but for the price, it's a decent experience. And for viewing angles, typical behavior of a budget panel with dip in brightness and also color temperature shift. Outdoors, it's just about legible, but in more strong light, you won't be able to see anything on this display, so keep that in mind. And unfortunately, my third-party budget stylus that I normally use with the tablets wouldn't work on this display, so that's a letdown. Moving on to the speakers, the HONOR Pad X8a comes with 4 speakers positioned on the side, which are HONOR Hiss and tuned, and for a budget tablet, they are functional, but not exactly mind-blowing. The sound quality is decent for casual use and clear and loud enough for watching videos and gaming, but don't expect deep bass or really rich audio detail here, but regardless, still decent speakers. In the sound settings, we can head to sound quality and effects, and here you can preview HONOR Hiss and stereo and also pick from the sound styles. And we have auto, standard, vocals, music, movie and game, but we'll have a listen to what the speakers sound like, though this isn't going to be 100% accurate because of various limitations when recording sound. It'll give you maybe a rough idea.
Now we're on Iron Man's radar? Yeah, running. You should too.
White with the HONOR branding on the top and a flat edge for the magnetic connection to the tablet.
Mason, can you get that high altitude seal thing up and running in time? Seriously?
What the hell? Hi, Spider-Man. Band practice, was it?
So let's talk performance and software. So the HONOR Pad X8a is powered by the Snapdragon 680, which is a low-end CPU, and it's designed more for the basic everyday tasks. And we also get 4GB of RAM with an additional 4GB of HONOR's Turbo RAM, so a total of 8GB. It's all running on Android 14, and as the case with HONOR all the time, I couldn't find any information on software updates. I'm sure it'll get security patches, maybe quarterly or monthly. I have performance mode turned on, and that's in the battery settings for the rest of the review. So for Geekbench 6, we get 407 for single core, 1414 for multi-core, so as expected, low scores there, and 2 hit 289,556, so another low score. Wildlife on 3D Mark gave us a frame rate ranging between 2 and 6 FPS, and read and write speeds are on the lower end too, with 183 megabytes for write and 237 megabytes on the read speeds. So I've connected my Bluetooth mouse and keyboard to give it more of a desktop feel. We'll just test out how that works, if that's something you want to do for more of a productive kind of setup. On our docs, testing out the spreadsheet. Quick look through the settings. We got your normal stuff. Don't know why it has mobile network. Does it have SIM functionality? Connections, we have HONOR Share, across their devices. Only face recognition and password on here. We can see available storage. Accessibility features, always good to see. And then just generally an example of multitasking. So I've got Notes here, Chrome, Play Store and YouTube playing, absolutely fine. Browsing was a breeze, and yeah, you are going to get jitters here and there, but that's expected. And the low RAM does mean that if you do open a more heavy app, such as a game, all the other apps you have in the background will have to reload. So that's the limitations of low RAM there. Upload times, not the fastest, and you're going to have to bear with them, have a bit of patience. You will get jitters and some kind of delays here and there. Quick look at control center, usual setup here. And I did try a Zoom meeting, but it kept wanting to go into split screen, so I just kind of had to use that as the example. But it was working fine from what I could see. So we'll just do a quick export test on CapCut. So scrubbing seems fine. This is 1080p footage that I've recorded with the tablet itself. Stick some text on there. This is 3 minutes in length. I'm just going to put high bitrate, 1080p, 30 FPS. And we can see that took 1 minute and 38 seconds to export. So reasonable, obviously not the fastest, but it will do the job. You just have to give it some time. So let's check out some gaming. We're starting off at 44% battery with temperatures reasonable. Screen brightness is at 100%. Because of me recording, and the volume is around 50%. And as I mentioned, I have performance mode turned on from the battery settings. And a side note, not all games will be available to download on this tablet. So for example, Call of Duty Mobile Warzone isn't available on the Play Store. I did try to get an APK, but the game downloaded, but I couldn't get past the update screen. So just something to keep in mind, that most of your games will be there, but not every single one. So we'll start off with the classic Call of Duty Mobile. We got very high in the graphic quality and high in frame rate, but you can only set it up like this if you have high graphic quality with frame rate being medium. So let's jump in. The gameplay was fine for the most part. It did suffer some lag sometimes in the most convenient times when I'm just about to shoot someone. It would start kind of jittering a bit, or if there's too much going on the screen, it will slow down. And it's not the smoothest experience, but it's playable. You can still get away with having a decent time playing on here. And I'll just do some hip fire. Leave that there then. So after roughly 12 minutes of playing Call of Duty, we lost 4% battery. Temperatures are hitting 42 degrees, but I don't know how accurate this actually is because the tablet didn't feel hot at all. Next, we'll jump into Genshin Impact, and as usual, compiling shaders took a day and a half. Well, not that long, but yeah, you're going to have to be patient with the load times. We'll crank everything up. We'll set it to high and we'll do 60 FPS. And yeah, it was good. It was decent enough, I guess. Obviously, FPS was hitting nowhere near 60. I would say maybe low 20s, maybe mid 20s, or even lower than that, to be honest. But again, playable. And for me, coming from the Magic Pad 2, the difference in displays is just crazy. On there, it looks absolutely amazing. After 23 minutes, we're down to 36%, so we lost another 4%, and the temperatures are reading 39 degrees. And I did feel the tablet was warming up a little bit on the top left. Asphalt Unite, high quality or visual quality, target frame rate of 60. The game ran fine. Again, wasn't hitting 60 FPS. I wasn't able to monitor the frames. Unfortunately, I don't have that option on a tablet, but the game was running absolutely fine. And then after half an hour of total gaming, battery is on 33%, so we dropped 11% altogether, which isn't too bad in all fairness, but it's the typical scenario where the graphic quality is limited and so is FPS, and you will have to sacrifice one to get the other kind of thing, but just bear in mind you're not going to be hitting 60 FPS on higher end games on this tablet. So, keeping all the lights on in the HONOR Pad X8a is the 8300 mAh battery. From my experience, the battery life has held up very well. I got 2 days of fairly heavy use out of it. I was watching hours of YouTube videos, benchmarking, gaming, and by day 2 in the evening, after my gaming tests, it was still sitting on around 20%. And on the third day, it's still on standby. Times on here are really good. It's only dropping maybe 1 or 2% overnight on standby. But we'll have a quick look in the settings and as your usual setup. Like I said, I had performance mode enabled, but you have power saving mode, ultra power saving mode. In more battery settings, you can have these options, which kind of help preserve the battery itself a bit better. And then this was after my gaming, which later on in the day, and we're still sitting at 29% at this point. So yeah, battery life on this is definitely one of the highlights. Cameras, if you're interested in those, are really just basic with 5 megapixel front facing camera and a 5 megapixel rear facing camera. And then we have the usual options here with photo, video, portrait, scan, document, and then more we have HDR photo, time lapse, and watermark. For video, it maxes out at 30 FPS and 720 or 1080p recording, and additional settings like the horizontal level, assistive grid, basic options like that, or you can jump into the actual settings menu and turn things on and off from there. Photos has options such as AI photography, which brings out the colors in photos, so it's going to make them a little bit better, but can't expect much. And then you have your filters if you want to use those. The front facing camera has the same options as the rear facing camera, so we'll check out some footage I've captured with the camera and you can be the judge yourself. Checking out the video quality on the HONOR Pad X8a, and this is recording at 1080p 30 frames per second. Also check what the mic quality sounds like, and if we do 2x zoom, I mean, from what I'm seeing, this isn't the best. There's a lot of, let's quickly check autofocus. Struggling quite a bit. So, in conclusion, is the HONOR Pad X8 worth it? Well, for a budget tablet, it does what it's supposed to do. The display and the speakers are decent for casual media consumption. The performance is fine for everyday tasks and the software is easy to use. It's not a powerhouse, but if you're looking for a tablet that covers the basics without costing a fortune, the HONOR Pad X8a is definitely worth considering. As always, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're after a simple, affordable tablet for light use, this could be a good fit. But if you need something more powerful, you might want to explore higher end options. I've recently reviewed the HONOR Magic Pad 2, which is the more premium tablet, and I was thoroughly impressed with that, and that comes in at £500, so check that video out. Anyways, thanks for watching guys. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.